if there's anybody who has to worry right now, I mean seriously worry, it's Diddy. See, this is the part that people don't want to talk about because they don't want to get their hands messy or dirty intellectually, because it's kind of tough. But you see, there's one thing that we know and Diddy has to understand and grasp, and this is important. There are people who can be disposed of without anybody so much as even batting an eye if something happened. Look at Jean-Luc Brunel, found, dare I say, hanging in his cell in France. Remember this one? The French modeling agent and close associate of Epstein found dead in his cell. This was in what, 2022? You don't think that's odd? Anybody investigate that? Nope. Virginia Giuffre? Nope. Nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If Diddy, I'm going to talk to you, my friend. You're nothing to these people. You're nothing. See, anything can happen. Anything can happen. When you're in federal custody, the reason why you want to get out is for your safety. Not the safety of other people who claim that that you pose a threat to them. Oh, no. It's for your safety. See, it works something like this. When you're in prison, and it goes back to the black arts of poisoning, there's something called noose on a bun. And noose on a bun works as follows. I can serve you food on one day. You can test it. There's nothing to it. It seems normal and it seems ordinary, but there's some kind of an interesting adjuvant or some type of cofactor, something that's seemingly innocuous. But when coupled with the second chemical binary agent, they work together synergistically and done. Finished. And when they do a tox screen later and they find out that whatever remnants of this break down into potassium or sodium, and nobody's the wiser. How do you like that? You think that's interesting? I think that's interesting. And what's even more interesting, believe it or not, is something to the effect of as follows, and this is critical. You've got to recognize that you are nothing to these people. And that if they get the impression that maybe you might try to make some kind of a connection, as you suspect that people are going crazy, because let me tell you something, they are ready for this Epstein thing to explode at levels you can't believe. But when you see this, especially now that there's data that were tampered with and Bongino wants to leave, as that explodes, they're looking around. And two people you better be very careful. Diddy and Ghislaine Maxwell. Because if one thing we know for sure, if anything happens to you while you're in custody, nobody cares. If anything happens to you when you're in custody, nobody cares. It means nothing to these people. Nothing. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. And so what's going to happen is they're going to be looking at him and they're saying, I just don't. And what better way to change the attention? Because remember, Americans in particular, can only focus on one thing at a time. What if all of a sudden you turn that TMZ folks loose and all of these people? Oh, what happened to he's expendable. There's one thing we've learned. You can do anything to people, especially in federal custody. Nobody will say anything. Nobody will say anything. Come on, stop it. I'm telling you right now, and I want you to listen very, very carefully. Believe me like you've never believed anything I've ever said before. This guy, if anybody's got to worry about it, it's him and also Ghislaine. Oh, I can see it right now. Wouldn't it be great? Just take all the attention off. Hey, this is terrible. all the TMZ people, they don't want to talk about Epstein. It's an old case and whatever. And that would take so much pressure off of a lot of very, very important people whose names you know, who are sitting back thinking, oh, sure, what are we going to do? Do you have any idea of what I'm hearing? I can't tell you because it's, I heard this and I heard this. Well, that's okay. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of it. Maybe we'll figure out something a little bit later on. Maybe there'll be some kind of a review or I don't know what you want to call it. But believe me, the biggest names at the highest echelons, this case was so, it's eyes wide shut. It's disgustingly filthy. Who knew these many depraved people who for the longest time figured we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. You don't understand. This has been going on since Caligula, since Henry VIII, since whatever. This is the best part. Whether you don't think Mao and Stalin, I think maybe Hitler might have been the only one who didn't really care. These people are going berserk. They love this stuff. They will go crazy doing whatever it is they want to do. And there's nothing you can do to stop them. How do you like that? And that's going to come to a cult. And kids, young people, like you wouldn't believe. See, that's kind of been played, that's sort of been kind of overlooked. Oh, that's still there. But remember, the charges, who's been, Ghislaine Maxwell may not have been involved in a lot of this. Don't forget, the best place for you to get fresh talent, remember, foreign countries and modeling agencies. Oh, yeah, modeling agencies. Now, I'm not suggesting anything, but President Trump owned a modeling agency. I'm just saying, at one particular point. That's where I'd go if I was some predator. You know that people have been suggesting some of them love to go to Ukraine because they love the way those Ukrainian girls look, so those blonde hair and blue-eyed, and they have surrogacy farms and surrogacy labor and absolutely. Trafficking, surrogacy trafficking, absolutely. Oh yeah. This. Listen. What surprises you today? Anything? Does anything surprise you? Does anything seem to you beyond and to the exclusion of anything? How do I say this? Does anything shock you? Does anything shock you to the point where you can't believe what you're seeing? Where you think, no, that can't be. Nobody will be that stupid. Why didn't they kill flat out? Well, they did, but Epstein before. Why? Why let this go? Why did Pam Bondi bring this up again? Why? But in the meantime, the two people, Ghislaine, she might, who knows? If something happened to her, nobody will lift a finger and say, well, that was it. There's no investigation. There's no Mike Wallace, no. But Diddy, not only would he be in a distraction, but a lot of people might be saying, he might be getting some crazy idea right now. Think about what I'm saying. Now, my friend, do me a great and a glorious favor. Accept my thanks for you following it. Make sure you like this video, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Make sure that you also, very, very important, make sure that you also, and this is critical, that you subscribe to this channel. 80% of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe. I don't know why. And also answer the questions which I provided. Thank you for watching. And as I always say, comment, dear friend, comment as you see fit.